No, I had played a lot of Diablo 2 with my brother. I had a sorceress called Badweather who mainly shot lightning, and he had a druid, which was somehow very good at player versus player. So I played this game a lot. I got up to a reasonably high level, played multiplayer on the highest difficulty, and had a few of the rarer items. Diablo 2 is one of the earlier ARPGs. This means an RPG game with a full statistics and skill system that features top-down action combat similar to a top-down shooter. Or it means a game that has similarities to Diablo 1, which was arguably the first of its kind. There are 7 classes in the game: the melee-focused barbarian, the assassin who is focused on traps and high damage melee attacks, the druid who can transform into mighty creatures, the sorceress with her arsenal of destructive magic spells, the amazon who prefers javelins and bows, the paladin, a holy warrior who has auras surrounding him, as well as powers, and the necromancer who can summon the dead to fight for him. What made this game special is the amount of extra rare items the game has. Together with its simple crafting system, you can easily spend a lifetime chasing the rarest of them and even finding them. As a consequence, trading flourished during online play. The game is different from most similar games in that these items really are rare and they do actually make a difference. For example, some items give you high level skills from another class. A big part of Diablo 2 is its multiplayer. As a single player game, it works, but it can be a little bit repetitive with a lot of monsters being tougher, differently colored versions of a few early monsters. But online, the community ensured there was always something you could do together. Currently, it's still possible to play in multiplayer, which is not something we should take for granted as it essentially works similar to an MMO game, meaning that probably one day the servers will go offline. So how does it hold up today? When I play this game now, I do not get the same experience as I had back then. Not only did my skills probably fade away into nothing, but newer games came out that use the WASD keys for what they do in all other games. Diablo 2 and Hades are pretty similar games. There are many differences, but the most apparent one in moment-to-moment gameplay is that Hades uses WASD for movement and Diablo just uses the left mouse button. I think the prevalence of each movement scheme pretty much decided which one is better, and it's not the one Diablo 2 uses. Clicking can make for a lot of misclicks. For example, you click an enemy, which makes your character attack instead of moves. This kind of thing can easily cost you your head when using a glass cannon type of build. So these days we only see the click to move scheme in games that explicitly try to copy the Diablo franchise, by which I mean the ARPG genre, and not even all of those, as newer games have often experimented with different movement mechanics, like Victor Fran, and the currently early access game No Rest for the Wicked. Diablo 2 was always one of those games which stood the test of time relatively well. As long as resolution did not increase radically, its detailed 2D graphics would very much hold up. However, in recent years the default resolution has become Full HD and 4K gaming is getting increasingly common. The recent remaster makes it possible to switch between old and new graphics. As you can see, on 4K the new graphics are really the only way to go. But overall I'd say the dark and brooding atmosphere of Diablo 2 holds up in the new version, though the more dynamic lighting does add a touch of warmth. The difference between Diablo 2 and more recent games used to be that in Diablo 2 you had to commit to your choices, whereas in a game like Titan Quest you could always respec. This is no longer the case, and for old fans like myself, I would add that this is regretfully no longer the case. The whole experience of looking up builds on the internet and researching them and then finally creating your character has been replaced by the experience of just do whatever you want and respec if you don't like it. I am not sure what exactly was so great about committing to a certain build and character, because on paper it sounds horrible. But it sounds horrible to not have that flexibility, but games are often about emotions, and getting married to a particular character in this manner was an emotional experience. Nowadays, characters no longer feel something. Sorry. Nowadays, characters no longer feel like something unique and something you have built, and you will know that anyone else can just copy what you are doing very easily. So, all in all, do I recommend it? I would have to say yes. Despite some regression here and a somewhat odd movement scheme, this is the game that launched the ARPG genre into the stratosphere, much more so than its predecessor. Killing enemies is still fun, and the storyline has even been enhanced with new cutscenes. For me, it's no longer the game that I play every day, but it's a game I come back to every once in a while. So that's it for today. Have a great evening and see you next time. Bye.